Hey, regulators. I'm trying to be quiet on the outside in the living yard. What y'all are looking at, I want y'all to see, it really is, in the backyard is a place of freedom. I want y'all to pay attention to that pole that I just showed y'all. Right over there is where I thought it was a snake coming over, but actually now I found out it was a giant iguana tail. I'm pretty sure. I hope it was. But this pole right here is very important. So, take it on. Let me take it in. Hopefully y'all could hear that. It's very hard to record on this little tiny laptop because I have to be right by the speaker, and I'm not up to putting my face online and scaring y'all. Okay, so let me see if I can take it on down a notch. Okay, so what I was just showing y'all is the, now I can talk louder because I got peepers, jeepers, peepers in surrounding all four corners as usual. Oh, by the way, today is August 22nd, 2021. And this is an amazing, I wasn't even going to come on about this. This just happened like 10 minutes ago. I was about to come on and give y'all an update and tell y'all thank you for all your great, awesome advice, y'all. I really appreciate it. I did do what a couple of y'all suggested, but not until after I had already done it. Oh, that makes no sense. I did not read y'all's comments. I decided, okay, I got to give it to the Lord. And I read like 4 comments, I think. And then the Lord showed me what to do overnight. And I took the next steps, which I won't get into. But several of y'all had suggested something that I ended up doing. So y'all are awesome. But getting back to that post out there, what I wanted y'all to see. Okay, first off, I told y'all when I first got here, I saw something go over the fence and then the door shut. And I saw this giant squiggly thing go up that tree that I just showed y'all, or whatever it is, like a giant bush. I'd never seen a giant iguana before. Iguana, come on, you wanna? Iguana? Um, but I saw this green and brownish black thing squiggle up the tree. And I was like, oh my gosh, these witches put a snake over the fence. But I never saw it again. And I told the Lord, I said, now I finally have a little area to sit outside, even if it's just for a week or two. And now I can't because there's snakes in the garden. And he showed me what it was. It's still creepy now, but I'm not scared of it at all. It's an iguana, a giant iguana that was running across the roof yesterday. The roof is on fire, looking at me and sticking its tongue out. And I feel it was symbolic of the reptilians that are attacking a lot of us. So I'll show you that first. Okay, now this video, the one yesterday when that happened, Father had already shown me what it was. I just forgot to tell y'all because all the crap going on with my family. And I got a picture of it a few days before. I may have took a video of it. Let me see. This thing is huge. Huge. Talk amongst yourselves. Well, I don't know how far back I gotta scroll. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling on the river. Oh, here it is. Right where the snake was, I'm trying to be real quiet. I saw something moving. This is what's in here. If you only knew that they stand by the fence. Listen. I hope y'all can see this thing. This is in my backyard. See it moving? Look at the freaking tail on that thing, y'all. He kept looking at me, sticking his tongue out.
Hello.
And yesterday it jumped onto the roof.
Look at this thing. It was the other day.
So then that's when the Lord said, look at the tail.
That came from this house where they're doing the construction.
The Lord showed me to look at the tail, and that's what I thought was a snake. So I'm praying that that's really what it was, but I know the Lord's voice. So yeah, that's what's in my yard now. Well, it's not my yard, but the little place I'm at. Anyway, that's not what I'm fixing to tell y'all. This is freaking amazing. So right before I was going to put the video out, it looked like it was going to rain, or this video here. So I went out to bring the little seat cushion in on the little chair out there. And exactly when I walked out the door, not one, but two doves appeared. Okay. And I've told y'all that I'll have signs of doves, butterflies, stuff like that. So for the last week, I've had doves and butterflies following me. Day before yesterday, I had a dove and a butterfly like flying around me. It was very cool. The dove wasn't right by me, but the butterfly was. Like, it could have landed on me, but the dove was like following me as I'm going down the street. It was amazing. But I have never in my life ever seen this. Not on any video, not on the television, which, most of us haven't watched in 10, 12 years. But, back in the day, not on documentaries, nothing. I'm sure this happens from time to time, but I've never seen it. And it was the timing of it. I know it was Father's voice because I talked to my, hold on. I talked to my brother last night. If y'all don't know, that's the family member, my one family member. I talked mostly, he hardly talked at all. And about what was going on and all that. And I thought it would like put my mind at rest, hoping that it wasn't true what I was feeling. But instead, I didn't feel worse, but I wasn't comforted by the conversation. I felt like he was either lying or not telling me everything. Okay. So I gave it to Father, and I woke up with yet another dream that was not that great. But let me get back to what just happened, because this is positive. Then I'm going to tell y'all more revelation about what's about to go down. So I opened up the door to take out the cushion. Oh, wow, it just started raining just now. And right then, one dove, and you can hear them go, the little pretty noise they make. One dove landed on the pole that has been landing on the pole. The first day I got here, there's a pole that overlooks the little sitting area that's out there. The yard is only, I don't know, I'm going to say 10 feet. So it's not like a big yard. So the dove I'm not real good with feet, but I'm going to say 3 feet from me. Right when I sat down the first day I got here, and then the other day, I told you it lands when I go outside. And that's what happened today. But this time it was not one, but two doves, okay? But here, I know this is Father. This is very symbolic. If anybody gets any revelation of what this means, I'm going to tell you what I feel it means, but I haven't got confirmation it means what I'm being shown, but it's probably deeper than that. So right as I open the door, the dove flies over my head and lands on the pole I just showed y'all. And then right after that, another dove lands. But where does it land? Ready for this? On top of the other dove. I have never seen, you can see that's the pole. That's the yard I just showed y'all. I wanted to show y'all this is really where I'm at. I don't make things up, y'all. All this weird stuff really happens. I'm sure y'all get a lot of weird stuff too if you're one of the regulators, one of God's elect. Yeah. Oops, hold on. There it is. I took a couple more. That was as up close as I could get. My phone's like a crappy phone. That's a little further away. And then I got it a little further away just so y'all can see the house in the background. It's the same thing I just showed y'all. What in the world? And I had enough time to go back in. My phone was in the room's like right next to each other. There's just a little hallway. Get the phone off the charger, go back out, and I prayed, please, Lord, let them still be there when I come out. I want to show the saints, y'all. I want to, because it's encouraging. This is encouraging. The Father is with us through all of this, his hell that we go through, including friends and family, Judasing us out. And I had enough time to go take the phone off the charger, go back outside. I didn't open the door. I didn't completely shut the door. I kind of like left it like that. So went through the door, opened it all the way up. They didn't move. They looked right at me and let me take 3 pictures. Then one flew off and then I came back in. That's amazing, y'all. So I know doves are significant. After my dad passed last year, which is what this, thing with my brother is about. And it's also just because if you're one of God's chosen, people will turn on you. People are jealous of you. They don't understand. People call us crazy because they don't understand us. They're jealous of us. They want to be us. They hate us, but they love us. You heard me? And that's what's going on. And so what does it say? Your enemies will be of your own household. I'm not saying that he's my enemy, all right? But if you're still in the satanic system, then you're going to be used by the satanic system. And that, I believe this was my sign that Father is with me. And I believe doves are a form or a sign of unity. Unity! So one on top of the other means I'm being united with the Holy Spirit. That's one thing that came to me. This just happened, so I haven't had time to pray on it. But I looked up the meaning of doves, and it means unity and union. They are messengers of God and usually mean that no matter what is happening, peace and love will always follow. It is a sign of your innocence and grace. That is amazing. Sis Roxanne, you know that I just was being shown my old boat that they also stole, the criminal cabal. And the name of the boat, it was a little sailboat that I lived on because I couldn't afford an apartment because they kept me homeless. I knew the Lord wanted me to have the boat, but it was the only money I had. I had no money coming in, and it was all my savings. And it wasn't a lot. It was just a little rinky-dink sailboat that I used to have to bail water out of every day. But I loved it. I loved that boat, and they stole that from me. But the name of the boat, I said, Lord, is this really you? If this is really you, this is all the money I have. He already knew that, but I'm just saying that. I need to know, I need to have a sign that this is you. Not only did he give me a sign out the porthole, he said, look out the porthole. I was down, I was about to sign the paperwork with the girl that I was buying the boat from. And there was like this thing rocking on the boat next to it, like it was strung from the mast. And at first I thought it was an owl because a lot of people will put out owls on their boats to keep birds from pooping on them. That's what is always out there. But when it turned, I asked the girl, what is that? It doesn't look like an owl. And she goes, I don't know. I've never noticed it. And it was in perfect view of the porthole. Nowhere else. Just right in like it was being framed by the porthole, okay? Which is not that big. It's like this big. It was a hawk, which is one of my angelic signs. They're messengers also. So that was the first sign. And I said, okay, Lord, that's pretty cool, but I need another sign. That's when Father said, ask the name of the boat. So I asked the name of the boat, and she goes, go look at it. It's on the back. I would have never thought of that because I've never owned a boat before. It was Amazing Grace. And then we have that Hurricane Grace that's coming. And I find that funny that doves are symbolic of your innocence and grace. See how I told you I felt like Father was warning me that my brother's trying to, I'm not saying, okay, I don't want to say, but some things that may be going on. And the phone call I got where they want me to give my brother guardianship over me. Huh? Why? Yeah. So it was very disturbing. Then I had a couple messages from some of y'all. I know you're well-meaning, but a couple of y'all emailed me and gave me even more creepy things that they could be up to and why they're doing it, what they're plotting. And it really upset me. And I went to bed with an upset stomach, had terrible dreams. And I was like, okay, Lord, I'm feeding off of, now I'm listening to other people feeding fear. If you tell me this, then I know you're going to bring me through it. And if you don't, there's a reason for it. But we're not to have fear. So I gave it to Father, and he's showing me what to do. And it's just been amazing. But most of y'all gave me some great ideas. I really appreciate it. But like I said in the last video, I gave it to Father, and that's what I did. I just thought, well, it wouldn't hurt to hear from other people that have been through it or that may have ideas of what's going on. But the dove thing is huge to me because after my dad died last year, which all this, with what they're doing ties in with his death, right? So this is symbolic. 2 doves appeared outside my window in this dumpy, crappy hotel in Texas, in Houston, in downtown Houston, where there was no trees out there. There's nothing pretty to look at, and they landed on my ledge after I was crying about, did Dad make it? And I believed it was a sign that Dad was a sign of, his spirit, 1 dove, and the Holy Ghost was with him. And I believe that he gave his life to Jesus a few weeks before. But I have never in my life seen 2 doves sitting on top of each other. By the way, there's 2 other poles out there that they could sit on. There's more in the other neighbor's yard, but they always sit on the one pole closest to me and closest to where I was sitting. It's amazing. I don't know if that's how they mate, but they didn't act like they were. They weren't moving. They weren't making any noise. It was amazing. Anyway. Okay. So now let me get to what Father's showing me. Okay, so yesterday, I was outside, and I really hear from the Lord. I know a lot of us do when we're out in nature, but with me, anytime I go to a park, anything, there's no real nature that I'm near to where I can just escape into the woods or anything. But just to go to a park, have my dog at the park, within 10 seconds, if that, I'm completely surrounded. They start making noise, garbage truck shows up, sirens, horns, slamming car doors, people having fake fights, leaf blowers. Don't forget the leaf blower out in the rain like an idiot. Yeah. And so it's never peaceful for me. So I really have been appreciating, even if it's only a couple minutes a day, I've been able to sit outside. Within a minute or two, they start their ridiculousness. Sometimes as soon as I walk out the door, you'll hear about 10 car doors slam, 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 slam. Then the trash can lid slam, 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 slam. By the way, they're trying to signal that we're trash and we need to be taken out. Get it? But they can't touch us, y'all. We're God's mafia. It's so funny. The Lord told me that. You're my mafia. They can't touch you. You're the untouchables. But they know they can't touch us physically, so they're going to do other things like what this scheme is, this latest scheme that I feel they may be up to. They try to set us up by the cops, which they've done with me twice, and that's why I don't drive. And the cops even laughed and they said that they can do it again. And they did. They did it again. They've done it twice to me now. So, yeah. This is what we go through. They want us to destroy ourselves. A lot of us have in the past, drank too much, or a lot of y'all have said you smoked, or some of y'all done the marijuana, or whatever your thing is. Even overeating can be harmful, you know what I mean? And so they want us to destroy ourselves. They want all TIs, empowered, chosen individuals to self-destruct or to say something to where they can go, look, she's insane, lock her up. So the dream what I heard yesterday was, let me see if I don't think I wrote down the time. Let me see if I wrote the time down. By the way, it's a full moon. It started this morning, so heads up on that. All right. Talk amongst yourselves. Well, I didn't write down what time, I don't think. I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry, I didn't write down what time, but what I heard was, I want to say exactly what I heard. You heard me? Okay. I heard Father say yesterday, out of the blue, 2 if by land, 3 if by sea. And I was like, I know I've heard that. Where have I heard that? And I honestly did not know what it meant, what it was from or anything. So I had to look it up. It's actually 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. And it was Paul Revere's ride. And I didn't even know about this. It signified when they were being attacked, they were being invaded. What? War. Symbolizing war. Well, what was I didn't know the whole story. I just remember hearing. Funny, the clock on the stove, so y'all can see, just switched as I said war. It's the wrong time, but see it? 9:11. Yes, I'm still in another efficiency. My bedroom is next to the kitchen. Hey, at least I can cook here. That's a blessing. Okay, hopefully y'all heard that. It's not 9:11. It is, and it just switched. It's 11:47. And the other clock that has some sort of monitor on it, I don't even know what it's for. It's outside. It could be it's the meter, I think. When I happened to look at it a couple days ago, it switched at that exact time to 9:11. Now it says 9. Now it's at 9:12. The stove just changed. It's the wrong time. Okay, the time is 11:48 now. So something with that, because I just said war, and then the Lord had me look past the laptop to the stove. 9:11. So it's on, y'all. But again, getting back to what I heard 2 if by land, 3 if by sea. I looked it up, and it's actually Paul Revere's ride is 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. So I'm thinking, I know what I heard. I know what Father told me, and he doesn't mess up, right? So I looked up the meaning, and when they were going to war, they were supposed to warn the citizens on the other bank if they're being invaded. So they chose the north. I'm doing this by memory, so I might not be saying it exactly because I just read it last night. And I can't read it right now because it's actually on the laptop that I'm doing this lovely announcement from, revelation from. Okay, so, and this is how the Lord works with me. He gives me one piece of the puzzle, and then I look that up, and then it reveals the next part, and then he gives me a sign that I'm on the right path, and then he'll give me dreams and sometimes visions. It's just amazing. He is so amazing. We could never figure this out on our own. So when they're going to warn the people that are on across the river in a van, they have to go up to this watchtower, and they picked this was in Boston now, where Paul Revere supposedly rode, and he didn't, by the way, but this is the story. So they're telling us what they're going to do. Do you see? This is an ancient story. Some of us are ancient beings. We were up there with Father when he created everything. That's why we're heavily attacked. They know who we are, these fallen angels at the top. But getting back to what I was saying, they picked the North Church. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I know it was something north. It was the tallest building, and I think it still is the tallest building in Boston. Boston. That's funny. I was guided to go and live there. I stayed there about 3 months, and the person that happened to rent me the room all the way in Boston, I was left from New Orleans, this was like 10 years ago, and went to Boston because I thought the architecture is pretty. You don't need a car. You can walk around. And I found an ad online for a roommate, and it was a gay guy, and I was like, oh, well, that's fine, you know. He's not going to be stealing all my clothes, and usually I get along with gay people because usually they're funny, they're gay, right? And again, this was like 10 years ago, and I wasn't completely following the Lord then, but I know he wanted me to go there and learn. The guy that I rented the room from, out of all the people, happens to be a voodoo priest. Yeah, you tell me that we're not set up, where we go is not a setup from the beginning. Because all I dealt with was voodoo people and witches and Satanists coming at me in New Orleans. Still do to this day, wherever I go. And I know a lot of y'all do. That's because witches and Satanists and voodoo practitioners, all workers of iniquity, have assignments out on the end time saints, which is a lot of us. So we are blessed. But yeah, I lived in Boston for like 3 months. And I think that's the tallest building there. So they picked that building for, the Paul Revere ride thing, because you could see it from far away. And they were supposed to hold up one lantern. What is a lantern? A light, right? One lantern if they were being invaded by land, and 2 lanterns if they were coming by sea, to warn the people across the river. Also, can y'all please pray for me, y'all? They're hitting my teeth again. I'm having a lot of pain. I'm trying to press through it. I don't trust doctors or dentists. And a lot of us get radiated in our teeth. They've done stuff to us since we were little kids. I used to have to go to the dentist all the time. All the time. I should have perfect teeth. Instead, it's like they destroyed my teeth. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying. So that's what was told back then. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. But the Lord told me 2 if by land, 3 if by sea. So I prayed on it. And what I feel it means, I haven't got 3 confirmations yet of Father. He usually gives me 3 different confirmations when I get something right. Oh, and that's what I was going to say. The 3rd confirmation on my boat, Amazing Grace, that the Lord wanted me to have it. First one was the hawk in the window. The second one was the name Amazing Grace. And the 3rd one has to do with a bird again, which goes along with the doves that I just saw. When I spent the first night on the boat, it was 111. Wow. Father's connecting this full circle. It was January 11th. And my address was 101. Yes. 101. You can't make this stuff up. And I got the boat on 111. And my first night there, I'm in the cabin, and I hear this noise, and I could tell it was a bird. It wasn't like a horrible noise like a crow. It wasn't as pretty as a dove, but it sounded kind of pretty. I'm like, man, and I'm on the water, right? And I'm like, where is that coming from? It sounds like it's right here, but there's no trees for it to land on. There's no fence. What is it? And I got up and I looked out. I went onto deck and I looked out. All hands on deck, right? A giant hawk had landed on my mast. Now you tell me that's not amazing. And that was amazing grace, the third sign. So the Lord gives us signs, just like, remember when Noah, when he wanted to know, was it safe to go out? He sent out the dove, right? It's just amazing how Father works. But getting back to the 2 of by land, 3 of by sea. And I asked Father, what does this mean? I prayed on it. And immediately what came to me was, where's the 1? What would the 1 be if 2 of by land and 3 were by sea? Which I've already been shown in dreams. I was shown the invasion last month that I made a video about. I might have talked about it in 2 videos, where I was standing on the shore looking out at the sea with a group of people that weren't part of the regulators, okay? They were just like regular people that were still, under mind control or sold out. And we see a ocean liner like in Top Gun. That's all I can describe it as. That's what it looked like, coming towards us, and it had cannons on it, what looked like cannons. And we thought, oh, one of these holidays. I was made aware it was not 4th of July. I'm pretty sure it was not Veterans Day. I know for a fact it was not the 4th of July, but it's some celebration where we celebrate either our nation or our military are involved, veterans, stuff like that. And this happened like maybe 3 weeks ago I had this dream. So maybe not even that long. It was within, we'll just say it was sometime in the last 3 weeks, okay? And it could have been a month ago. I'm sorry, I can't remember. It's all jumbled. But anyway, it's been within a month. We'll just keep it at that. But I was made aware that it was going to be coming on whatever this major holiday was. And it has something to do with either our nation or veterans or military or something. It was not the 4th of July. Well, the next thing coming up, I found out, I didn't even know, I had to look it up, would be September 6th, which is Labor Day. And when it got closer, people were thinking, oh, they're bringing the cannons in for the celebration. You know how they let off cannons for different little celebrations. And then all of a sudden I could see that boats that were out in the sea that were, regular people just having fun, a couple of speedboats and a couple like family style boats like Carvers, maybe a Sea Ray or something like that. And then one sailboat were out there, and all of a sudden they're fired upon and they're being blown up. And I say, run, and I heard it go boom. It's like I have bionic hearing, which a lot of us actually already do. That's one of God's gifts to us. We hear and see what other people don't, literally and spiritually. And I said, run, we're being invaded, run. And people are looking at me like, Looney Lena again. I remember thinking that in the dream. Oh, they still think I'm crazy. And as it got closer, they hit someone that was standing on the shore. And then that's when the people realized we are being invaded. And it was troops that were dressed in army fatigues that looked like us, like our military. But I was made known that they were Russian, disguised as us, and Muslims. And again, I'm not against all Russians and all Muslims and all these, but that's what happened to these troops happened to be part of. I did not see China in this dream, but I have seen them in several other dreams, and I was shown that 3 different entities are going to take over, as we know. It's pretty much going to be Russia and China. And I didn't know who the other one is. It may be Muslim. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I had in the dream. And then people were running and I'm leading them. I'm like, go here. And I'm showing people where to hide. And then I was made known as I was hiding. I was made known to be able to hear what the leader was saying. And he said, capture any dissidents. That was the word used, dissidents, that make trouble or refuse. And I can't remember in detail. I said it in another dream when it was in another video when the dream was fresh, but something to that effect. And he said, and when you get them, put them on the housetop and gouge their eyes out as a display so no one else will disobey. Yeah, it was horrible. The Lord luckily, mercifully, didn't have me see that in the dream. If you have dreams that are really vivid and gruesome, more than likely they're not from the Lord, because he'll spare us from looking at it, but he'll let us know what happened in it. But again, that's my belief. I mean, like I did have that dream from Father just recently where I'm riding a bicycle and there's giants eating people, and I saw one person being eaten, but it wasn't graphic. As soon as I saw it, I was allowed to look away, and I had what looked like a Red Cross armband on. This was also this past month. And I was riding a bicycle through flood water, but nothing could stop me. I was moving through the water, which was as tall as me, which in real life would be impossible. And the cross was on my arm. And I heard people saying, help us, we need medicine. We need medical aid. That's what they said. And I went over to them, and I didn't even have to touch them. I put my hands over them, about this far from their whatever was wrong with them, and they were healed. It was amazing. So, what was I talking about? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm drinking coffee. I talk a lot anyway, though. All right, so that was the invasion by sea, okay? And then I was shown the ones by land. They come on land with these what we thought were cannons were actually those military vehicles with cannons on them that roll tanks, army tanks. And they were taking over the city. But the Lord told me 2 of by land, 3 of by sea. So what would the one be? The one dream that I'm missing is air invasion. So 1 would be air invasion. And I'm like, well, why wasn't I told 1? Because we go up into the air. And we regulate. We come back down and regulate when it's 2 of by land and 3 of by sea. Is that not amazing? I could not come up with this, y'all. This is the Holy Spirit live on Jesus TV. And the confirmation that I'm hearing, I'm sorry, but you cannot undo seeing that out your window. It's amazing. Oh, and the best part about seeing that, y'all see the time. So I've been talking for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. This is the time right now. When I came in from, wow, 22222. Y'all see that? Right as I go to show y'all, it's 12:02, August 22. And that ties in with also a few other things I've been saying. This is amazing. When I came in from taking a picture of the doves, I wanted to know what time it was. I don't know what time they landed, but within a few minutes, okay? But what time I came in and looked at the clock, it was 11:11. Remember, I just said I got Amazing Grace boat on 111, so it's missing 1, okay? And I lived at 101. 101. It's a dock. You know what I mean? I docked the boat at this marina. Y'all don't need to know all that, but anyway. So first it was 11, and then 111, and now it's 1111. Well, what is 11? I'll draw it just so y'all can see. So if you see 1111, what does that look like? 2 roads, the wide path and the narrow path, it could mean, but I believe it means gateways opening up. And I was showed gateways 7 and 9 opening up back when I lived aboard that boat. I had forgot that I had that dream, and the Lord guided me to that video last night. I only watched, because I don't go back and watch my videos, y'all, but I was trying to find a video for another TI of where I used to live, where she lives. I ended up, got sidetracked and never even looked, but the only video I was led to look at was that one. It was back on Amazing Grace, the boat. And it was something about Gateway 7 and 9 opening. And I believe that 1111 means spiritual opening. Paths going up. All right. So, do y'all see what I'm saying with the why wasn't I shown one if by land, the light? Because the light is missing. Wow, I'm getting revelation right now. In the Paul Revere ride, okay, they're supposed to hold up a lantern, one lantern in the North Church. Wow. They were in the North Church, y'all. We're going up. I love Father. He is amazing. They were in the North Church. They're supposed to hold a light up, one lantern, if by land, being attacked, war by land, and 2 lights if by sea. But I heard 2 if by land, 3 if by sea, because we're going to go up for the one. So there is no light for the one going up by air, because we are the light. We are leaving. We're going up. We're going to get our glorified bodies, or we have them as we go up. We're going to be transformed as we go up, is what I believe. Because we can't enter into heaven. We can't enter into the Most High God's kingdom if we're still in a flesh suit. So how are we going to get it? As we go up, we go through the water. Wow, the sea, get it? The firmament. We go through it, and we're transformed. We're made clean. We're purified. Those with pure hearts that have been made clean and pure through the fiery trial, which people call being targeted, being gang stalked. Thank you, gang stalkers. Thank you, Judases. Thank you, cops and military that have harassed and tried to destroy my life. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Because without y'all, I wouldn't have been purified and made clean. Neither would y'all that go through all these problems, y'all, including being turned on by your own family and your supposed good friends. We wouldn't have been made purified and cleansed. We wouldn't be where we're at now. We wouldn't know our true mission, our true purpose. We wouldn't have a connection, such a strong connection with Father. We would not have the faith we do. Faith that passes all understanding. That is given to us who go through the fiery trial. Yet do not dog the Most High. Do not back down. Do not cower. Do not give in to the satanic system. Won't sell out. Won't turn anybody in. Those are the cowards. Those are the ones that we will judge. Does it not say in the Bible that some of you will judge angels? We're going to judge the fallen angels, and they know it, so they're on our ASSs in disguise like that giant lizard. That huge lizard jumped on my roof yesterday. Yeah, that's normal, right? And at the last place, a different freaking lizard. Here, I'll show y'all again in case y'all didn't see this picture. Another freaking, what is the likelihood of this? Another lizard was looking at me right before they started breaking into the house. Well, they knew the passcode, so they actually didn't have to break in, but they were coming in for really weird, ridiculous reasons. So y'all saw that one? This one was outside my door at the last place, looking at me, sticking its tongue out. Look, I'll show y'all. There's the door to the last place that I just left where they kept coming in. The lady opened the door and said she was there to check my fire extinguisher. And I'm like, how are you? I said, how did you get the passcode? And she changed the subject. And she said she just needed to check the fire extinguisher. And I said, are you with the rental property? Who are you? And she goes, I'm with the fire department. And then I said, how did you get the passcode? And she wouldn't tell me. Instead, she says, oh, don't worry, I won't use it again. Yeah, right. All that weird stuff happened at the last place. Right before that happened, that lizard came and was looking at me through the window with his tongue stuck out at the door. And now this lizard, even 3 times bigger, is jumping on the roof. But these are the reptilians. I believe some of these are witches. I know this sounds far out, but what isn't anymore? That are spying on us. They can use cats, sometimes dogs. They can use birds. But no, they're not using the doves. The doves are a sign of the Lord. The birds that I've had witches use to spy on me are crows. black crows or ravens. But I think they're black crows because they were all over New Orleans. Really big ones. One even tried to dive bomb my little dog. The thing was bigger than my dog, and we were on a baseball field. It could have got her, but I went, no, and ran, and it flew off. So this stuff is crazy, but it's real. Wow, and the Lord just reminded me of my favorite movie when I was a kid. Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger, or Sinbad and something. It's something like that. And there was a witch. Y'all might want to watch this movie if y'all didn't watch it. I might even go to see if I can find it. This is amazing. I haven't even thought about this in 20 years, 30 years. There was a witch on board a boat, a pirate boat that Sinbad was on. Get it? Sinbad. And isn't Sinbad the guy that's in they're doing some sort of Mandela effect with Sinbad? Okay, I'm getting off topic. What else is new? But the Lord brought this to my mind as I'm talking right now, so I know there's something to it. Let me write it down. I'm pretty sure the movie was Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. It was some movie like that, and it was like an old-timey movie, and they had like those, I don't know what they're called. There are these giants that only have one eye, and they have a horn. That was in there. That's what I saw in my dream. Wow. That is what I saw in my dream that was eating people when I was rescuing people on the bicycle with it looked like a red cross. It was a band, but it was a band for the Most High God, not the Red Cross, which, by the way, stay away from. They're part of it, too. I've got many stories, not many, but I got a couple stories about them. This sailor pirate guy who's supposedly good, and I can't remember the whole movie, but the main thing that came to my mind just now is he was on a ship. It was an old wooden boat, which I saw myself being raptured up in with my dog before, going into the sun, which had a rainbow around it, which is the Ark of the Covenant. That's the rainbow, y'all. Rainbow Bridge, which takes us home to Father. But he's on this boat, a wooden boat, and there's a witch that's trying to get him, and she spies on him as a crow. And we've seen, there's a lot of movies with that in there, right? Where they're spying as a crow. Yeah, this is how witches do. And then somehow she gets stuck in transition, and she doesn't have a leg or something. Oh, that's what it is. She has one human leg and one crow leg or something. It's bizarre. I need to look that movie up. But I think there's something significant for me to remember that as I'm talking about that. And then what is the Eye of the Tiger? That's what we have. It's the Eye of the Tiger. I can't even remember the words to that. That used to be my favorite song when I was like really little. Maybe junior high? Maybe, yeah. I think it came out when I was in junior high. It's the Eye of the Tiger. I can't remember the song now. Eye of the Tiger. See, y'all help me too just by listening and having patience with how I get off track, Jack, clickety-clack. Because I'll get more revelation from Father while I'm talking. But so y'all see what's happening. Before they attack, we go up. Then we come down and rescue the lost. It's amazing. All right. Also, I'm just saying some random things that I've been shown. I was in this building. This happened day before or no. It was either yesterday or day before yesterday. All the days are running together. And it was still pretty early in the morning, and it had just rained, so there was like a mist on the outside of the building. And I looked out, and I'm like, what in the world? And it looked like spaceships about this big. Like this big, or crowns, and they had lights all around them. Don't get excited, it wasn't, but the Lord spoke to me through this, and it looked like they were hovering above the street, which the building overlooked. I didn't have my phone. I don't take my phone when I go places a lot because I'm tracked even more. But anyway, or I would have took a picture is the whole point of that. I counted, there was 8 of them. And I didn't freak out. I immediately knew what it was. It was a reflection from the round lights with little things in them inside the building. But how they reflected down, it looked like they were hovering over the street. And I was like, wow, that's an optical illusion. And the Lord said that's what they're going to do. They're going to use holograms. A lot of us know this, but Father was reiterating, yes, this is what is about to go down. Because I've never noticed something like that before. And I counted there was 8. Today is the 8th. The 8th means completion and new beginnings for us. Y'all, please pray for my healing on my teeth and my dog. They're hitting both of us. I was thinking about going live, but I don't know if I will until I'm out of pain. And I might have to end this. It's starting to really hurt again. But I'm trying to persevere through it. This is important what he showed me today. Just give me a second. All right, I'm going to try to say all this. I'm sorry I'm not really in a funny mood right now because a lot of stuff going on. But I have joy and I have peace, y'all. I really do. And I appreciate all y'all's comments and y'all taking the time. Some of y'all went into great detail on ideas. Y'all are amazing. I can tell y'all how a lot of y'all have the Holy Spirit because of the creative ideas y'all gave me. Just amazing. But I choose not to listen to the fear-based ones on what they're going to do because the enemy has tried to take us out for so long, and they keep setting up these traps, and guess what? Father brings us through them, and that's what he told me. He said, do you have faith in me? Haven't I always protected you? I will guide you, but you have to obey me and have faith in me. And so that's what I'm choosing to do, and not give in to fear, which is what they want. And these creatures want us to focus on them. They're obsessed with us, okay? So they think about us all the time. We don't think about them. We don't go spy on them and hack their emails and their phones and break into their house and follow them around, try to set them up. We don't care, right? We go about our business, go about our day, praise Father and all that. But they're secretly sitting there thinking about us all day long. So the more they think, the more angry they get. Well, how can I get rid of this person? You know, they're jealous. And so it was funny because my family member's daughter happens to email yesterday. She never emails me. I might have got 4 emails from her in 10 years, but it happens to be yesterday. And the email was quite funny because I could see right through it. It might not have even been her. It might have been one of, the wifey. You heard me? But it said, just wanted to see, how are you doing? How are you doing? Like, you're ill, you're sick, you're insane, right? How are you doing? They keep asking, where are you? How are you? Are you okay? Very odd to me. They never call and ask how I'm at. They didn't care that I was homeless during the scamdemic and they wouldn't allow me to come to their house. It's sad, right, y'all? But I'm still praying for their soul. I'm still praying and I'm believing that Father is going to set them free of their demons. That's what I'm choosing to believe. And they're going to be saved. Because I see good in them. I do. So anyway, she goes on to say, how am I doing? And I said, I'm doing great. How are you? And then she said, she's good. It's just crazy how long it's been. Because I hadn't seen him since January of last year. And she goes, it's crazy. And she capitalizes crazy. How long it's been. I was just a kid last time. And I guess she means last time I saw her, but it's only been a year and a half. But maybe to her she was a kid and now, because now she's a teenager. That could be. And I noticed the crazy part. And then we talked a little bit more. This is by email. And then the next email, when she responded, she said something else about crazy. I'm trying to remember what it was. Let me see. I don't know if I wrote it down, y'all, because I wasn't going to talk about this. It's kind of personal. But it's just how the Lord reveals things. She said something like, oh, that's what it is. She's back in school and things are crazy there. So twice she says crazy. And the Lord put this song in my heart. Oh, I want y'all to hear this song. This is for us, saints. It's again by the Newsboys. Y'all got to hear this album. It's by the Newsboys, and it's called Love Riot. But the song Father gave me yesterday is actually titled Crazy. Y'all got to hear it. I'll put it in the description. I wish I could play it for y'all. But I said, that's funny you said crazy. Everyone says your loony Aunt Lena is crazy because I see things others don't. I speak truth and I stand next to the Lord. I don't cower down. And then I told her some other things. And I said, so keep being you, who God created you to be. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. You are a beautiful, special, creative person. And I said, please, no matter what, don't give in. Continue being you. Those that give in are cowards. And I can't remember what all I said, but I said, this song is for you. And then I said, well, it's actually for me, but it's for you too. And it's the song Crazy. That's what I sent her. And then she sent back, it's good to stand with the Lord, because I said, I stand with the Lord, not man. It's good to stand with the Lord. Oh, thank you. I like the song. And then that was the end of it. I believe that it was, if it was the daughter, she's younger, okay? If it was her, she didn't mean to do that. She didn't know what she was saying. But if it was one of the others in the family, the others, right? And they're trying to trigger, that it stopped them in their tracks. So again, it's called Crazy by the Newsboys, and y'all are going to love it. So that happened yesterday. Then I was reminded when I heard 2 If by Land, 3 If by Sea, Sister Karen from Sarah Fourth Calling channel, her last channel before she just passed, which is an awesome, beautiful, and still is wonderful sister, saint in Christ. She's up there, y'all. We're going to see her soon. She kept getting revelation of the 10-to-1 bet, meaning Satan bet Father 10-to-1 that he couldn't convert them to his side, which is what? What's this? This is, we're on this side. Be as wise as serpents, as harmless as doves. And there, on the other side, and isn't this funny? Both these beings have been coming around where I live. I'm surrounded by doves and these things. So it's a battle between good and evil. It's an ancient program. The seed of the serpent, Satan's seed. Oh, wow, Brother Chris. Wow. This is for you, Brother Chris. Look at the color. Look at the color of the serpent. Freaking lime green. That's what these people are going to be turning into that have taken the Vizax. Please pray for my brother's kids, okay? I'm asking you to pray for my family, that they wake up and they don't turn into the seed of the serpent. If they still have their souls, that Father saves them. In Jesus' name. But yeah, this is what's going on. When they turn, they're going to glow lime green. I know this sounds weird. I have videos of last year before any of this Luciferese stuff in the Vizax was shown. The color of it's lime green, and I kept being shown lime green. I bought a bike, it happened to be lime green. I didn't pick it out because it was lime green. It was a good bike, and it was for way cheaper than it should have been. And they delivered it to me because I had no way to get to anywhere. It was lime green. All the hotels that I would move to, because I live in hotels, and tear out the walls. No, I don't tear out the walls. Look at her. She's doing evil. I'm joking. It's a song, okay? These reptilians have no humor, so we have to be specific because a lot of these creatures are on this channel. I'm fixing to have to go, y'all. I'm kind of hurting right now. Please pray for my healing on my teeth and whatever else. Father is our great physician. I don't rely on man. I know he's going to heal me. Another test and an attack because I had a dream I was being attacked by witches again last night. But everything was lime green, including the chairs, the bedspread. Not one, but like 10 different hotels in different states and cities that I would go to. I'm like, what in the world? What is all this lime green? I had the Grinch mask. That was lime green. I can't remember. Oh, the notebook I bought because I write things in the notebook was lime green. I mean, that's not a normal color. And I just grabbed the only one left. I think there was like 2 left, and they were lime green. You get what I'm saying? That's how Father works. And I kept saying, what's the deal with lime green last year? And he showed me this year. That is in the Luciferese, the Vizax, the light of Lucifer, the false light. They're going to grow. They're going to grow. They're going to glow like a glowworm, lime green. I even put, I think it was back in March, on one of my videos on the thumbnail, there is a glowworm on the thumbnail where Father had told me this is why you kept seeing lime green last year. So it's funny that the reptilians are lime green. That's what they're going to change into. I believe they're going to have some sort of a sensor, maybe like what comes to mind is like a black light or like a, I don't know, something like, remember back in the day, I used to go techno dancing in Houston. I used to go to Club 6400. It was on Westheimer. And we had these glow sticks that you would buy from Toys R Us. Yes, I'm still a kid at heart. I still am. Toys R Us. It was some sort of song, like a catchy song in Houston. It was like this big toy store. I used to go around there like when I was in my 20s. And ride on the hippity hops around the store. I always like to have fun. But you get these little, they're earrings that were glow earrings at Toys R Us. And you break them like a light stick. But we would take the earrings and we would put them in their mouths and dance around. No, we wouldn't bite them. They didn't like break. That's what's wrong with you. But mostly I would have them as earrings and dance around in the techno thing. Only a couple times did we put them in our mouth and like, goo, scare people. But usually you'd have them as glowing earrings and you dance around. There are these little cheap things at Toys R Us. They glowed lime green. Well, you could only see them with a black light on at a lot of these techno places. Another one was Club NRG. Shout out to you, Lars, if you're listening. Remember NRG? It was spelled NRG because we got pure energy. Oh my gosh, these songs, da, da, da. If you're over like 40s, you'll probably remember that song, Pure Energy. It was like a techno song. That just popped in my head. I got to look that up now too. See, I'm having fun. And thank you, y'all. Y'all's prayers. I feel y'all's prayers even though this isn't even on live. It's not throbbing right now. Pure energy. Maybe that's also because Father told me focus on me, not on all this other crap that they're doing. Because I believe that even though we might have some health problems, like mine has always been my teeth. They've always hit me with my teeth. But if we do have that and we're harboring bad energy, which they're sending to us, a lot of these workers of iniquity, and some of them don't even know, just by their thoughts, by hating us, by sending curses to us, even if they're not actually doing technical witchcraft where they're sitting there plotting, then they're sending bad energy to us, thinking mean thoughts or giving us dirty looks. And we feel it a lot. Most of us on this channel are highly empathetic, intuitive, psychic, if you want to say. We have the sixth sense given by Father. So it's a gift. But we'll pick up on their pain and the hate that they have or the evil thoughts that they're sending. And it can affect our health. And if we already have underlying conditions, then it activates us. So I believe that me starting to like laugh and focus on cool things, positive things, that it helps with the pain. So that's kind of cool. That just happened. It's still there, but I believe with y'all's prayers, once this goes out and y'all are praying for my healing of my teeth and whatever else is wrong, because I know I'm under a heavy witchcraft attack. I even dreamed it last night, dreamt it. last night about witches attacking me, and I said, you know what I said? You don't know who my Father is, do you? And they looked at me and I pointed up. Father of the Most High God. Yeah, that is our Father. They don't know who they're messing with, some of these witches. Claim your status in God's army, because they can't touch us, y'all. If we have faith the size of a mustard seed. I'm sorry, I got to get going here. I've been squawking for an hour. What? But they're going to be glowing lime green. When the Lord just showed me the glow sticks, well, how did you if you walk outside with these glow sticks that you break and they glow, you don't see them. It just looks like clear, whatever, clear plastic. But when you go into these techno places that had the black lights, they would glow. That's what these people are going to start doing. And the movie, I never saw the second movie. And I saw the old one with Donald Sutherland, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and his mouth is out going, oh! That's what they're going to do to us. The new one, I think, has Nicole Kidman in it, and she's running and they know who's got it and who doesn't. What if that's how they're going to find us, is through black lights? Okay, they're glowing green, they're glowing green. Ah, there's one over there. It's a false light. It's the light of Lucifer. So just heads up on that. But like I said, possibly the first trumpet, when the Lord told me yesterday, 2 if by land, 3 if by sea, maybe he means when the first trumpet blows, we go up by air. It's just amazing. Also, if you're wanting to know, like, this is highly spiritual, I just talked to someone that's a TI, and she was talking about how when she goes anywhere, they come out, and this happens to me without fail. Although, wow, it didn't happen. When I went out to video this just now, nobody showed up. Wow, that's amazing. I know the Lord is covering me. Those 2 doves were symbolic to me, that they were sitting on each other, like I have the Holy Spirit and Jesus covering me. It's amazing. But as soon as I walk out, I'm surrounded on all sides, slam, bang, and everybody's wearing red. Every person, no matter where I go, is wearing red. How do they do that? It's because it's the demons in them. Some of these are Satanists and witches that know what they're doing, but others are demons, and they're being basically mind controlled by the demon. So that's how they go out. Well, why are they coming out after us? Because our presence is upsetting the demons in these people. It's amazing. Also, a lot of us have fallen angels on our aces that actually aren't even in bodies. They haven't occupied vessels. They're flying around, and that's why you'll have a lot of weird things happen. All right, and that's why people are acting weird to you. They're acting out. The movie Fallen with Denzel Washington, if y'all haven't seen it and you're highly targeted or even just targeted some, you might want to watch it because it shows what happens. And funny, he's attacked by a cop played by John Goodman because they've sold out to the system. They are very power hungry. They want control. These people that come against us don't feel good about themselves. They want to control us because we're free thinkers. We think outside the box. We're nonconformists. We are our true selves, the pure hearts. And they don't understand us. They are jealous of us. They want to be us, but they know what they did, a lot of them. They know they sold out, so they hate our guts, and they come against us. And the more they turn from listening to the Lord, the worse it gets for them. The further they can be saved, because the Lord's voice gets further and further away. And that's what's happening when these people are taking these Vizaxes. Now, I believe what Father showed me is some that did take it, hopefully they only took one, could be saved if they repent and accept Jesus, that they were given placebos, okay? Because if they gave everybody all the same ones, people are going to be dropping dead or starting to act weird and things like that, and other people are going to see it and go, man. So they make it to where only a few, this happens, oh, well, they had an underlying condition, or, they were sick, or that was a 1 in million chance or whatever, but if they gave it to everyone and half the people are dropping dead. So that's what I believe. That's why they're having to wrap it up and do 2 and 3. So the more they take, the less they'll be saved. But I believe possibly if they took 1, possibly even 2, depending on God's mercy and grace on these people, and through our prayers, He hears our prayers, saints. We have to pray for our friends and family. We have to pray. If they still have their soul, you do not give up praying. You do not give up praying for them to get saved. Even if they have to go through the second part of the trib, they will. Even if they lose their lives, they will gain it in the next. So some have been given placebos. My friend that I told y'all about, I won't say his name, but my friend, he has already taken 2, and he's talking about he's got to get the 3rd one in 6 months because it's required of his building. He has started texting me about he hopes I'm drinking. I better be drinking when I come to visit. I'm not gonna have one day that I'm not drinking. We're gonna drink every day. Everything is about drinking, drinking, drinking. That's a red flag right there that he's already, unfortunately, most likely been taken over because he's already had 2. So he had 1 chance and I kept warning him and he did it again. Now he's talking about getting the 3rd one. And when I said, why? After what all I told you? He said, because it was required of his building. Bye-bye. He doesn't own the place. Even if he owns it, your property is not worth your soul. Nothing is worth your soul. I hate to tell you, not even your husband or wife or child or family member, nothing is worth your soul. It is precious. It is irreplaceable. Once you lose it, you can't get it back. You heard me? Please, no matter what they tell you, like my friend lives in this condo building. They said it's required for everyone in the condo. Well, guess what? When I went to visit, when I still lived there, this is in another state I lived in last year. When I still lived there, and the scamdemic had just like gone into full effect. He said he wanted me to come over to his house. We were neighbors. That's how I met him. He said, but you got to wear a mask. And I said, I don't have one. I don't own one, and I'm not wearing one. That's before I bought the Grinch that stole Christmas mask, which was lime green, funny enough. And I bought it because it was funny. Like you're stealing the spirit of Christ. And I only wore it twice because they made me have to wear it. I had to get into a FedEx to sign some important documents last year. Y'all probably know what they were. So I had to get in there. And so I bought this Grinch mask just for that. But it was lime green. So there, and what did the Grinch, wow, even that, the Grinch, when he saw love and it wasn't about things that you get, and he returned all the presents in the tree that he stole, his heart grew 3 times the size, right? It's about our heart. So, and not our, which is what a lot of these stinkers smell like. They stank. The fallen and the demons smell like. Anyway, he told me to come over, my friend, and he wanted me, he's a pianist, so, and I mean, he's really good. And he wanted to play piano for me in his house, or his condo. But I had to wear a mask. I said, oh no, I'm not wearing a mask. I don't have a mask. I'm not going to wear one. He goes, well, it's required to get in the building. Once you get into my apartment, you don't have to wear one. I said, I'm not wearing one in your building. And he brought one over anyway, thinking I would wear it. I'm like, no, I'm not wearing it. And I didn't. I said, if they kick me out, I'll go over there with you. So I walked back with him. He lived literally right on the next block. And I said, I'll walk over there with you. I want to hear you play, but I'm not wearing the mask. If they kick me out, then I'll hear you, when you're playing, because he played like at a couple, hotels and a couple other restaurants and stuff. I'll hear you then. And he said, but he can only play the music they tell him. He wanted me to hear a song that he made up for us, which was actually really funny, which I'll sing y'all now that I forgot about. This is actually a cool song. He noticed that, well, long story short, let me stick to what I was saying. And that's what I told him. So I'm standing my ground with the Lord. And no one stopped me. And I got into his building without a mask, and he couldn't believe it. And I did it a second time, and then, yeah, I think I only went over there like a total of 4 times, and I never got stopped. But I did it a second time like 2 days later, and then they started relaxing on it, so it wasn't as big of a deal. But the first couple times, he was like amazed. He said, they stop everybody. That's the power of the Holy Spirit, okay? Stand your ground. But the song, he was like, man, once you moved in, he said, the whole neighborhood has become a construction site. I'm like, thank you, thank you. And it was back when I told you they would surround me with leaf blowers on every side. One neighbor one day for an hour outside my window. And it was a garage, so it's extra noisy. There's no like insulation. They lead us to these places because they know we have no money. We know a lot of places won't rent to us. We have no proof of income or whatever. They keep us like this. And then they send us where it's already a setup. Just so you know, TIs, this is why you're in the spot you're at. And it seems like they're already there because they are. All the places I've noticed that I go, they say it looks completely ready to move in until I look at it, and then I'm like, oh, and it says in the ad, available today. So I go and I look, oh yeah, just give us 2 or 3 days. We got to do some touch-up paint. And I'm like, it looks perfectly fine. Just like the last place, they said the same thing. Yeah, the touch-up paint is getting all the bugs and the spyware hooked up. You think I'm kidding? This is 90% spiritual and 10% physical, but they do have physical aid that they use, but they also spy on us with demons. All right? This is crazy, but it's true. Ask the Lord if you have faith in Father, in the Most High God, if you've accepted Jesus Christ, he will show you truth. So, again, don't believe me. Go to Father and ask if I'm not telling you all the truth. I've been dealing with this my whole life, y'all. My entire life. But he saw it too, and he's like, oh my gosh, never-ending noise. So he made up a song. He only made up like the first part of it, so he hasn't like, done the whole thing yet. And unfortunately, since he's already taken 2 of the drills, the snake bite, whatever y'all want to call it, I call it the Vizax. I don't know about him, especially with all the messages about making sure, are you drinking? I'm like, no, I'm not drinking. Wash your mouth out with soap. He makes jokes about it, but it's to try to get me to sin, to willfully sin, and I don't want to. So there. And it's also subliminal. You send somebody, who sends people pictures of drinks? They do, these people that want us to fall and trigger us. But the song is really cute. And please say prayers for him, all right? If there's any way he can be saved, for Father to please save him, because I see good in this guy. He's really funny. He's very creative. He's kind. But he lives in constant fear. And the reason why is because he knows he is not living for God by having a gay lifestyle. And I'm not judging people that are gay. I've had 3 close friends that were all gay men. One was my boss when I was a floral designer, and he was the floral director. That's the first gay person I knew, because I didn't even know he was gay. And 3 months later, I'm like, he was really cute. This is when I was a lot younger, and I thought, I wonder why he doesn't ask me out. I told him I broke up with Kevin. And like about once a week, I'd be like, yeah, me and Kevin are still broke up, and he would never ask me out. And then one day he invited me to his house, and a guy answers who he jumps on his lap and gives him a kiss on the cheek. And I went, you're gay? That's how naive I was, y'all. And he starts laughing and goes, I love you. You're always truthful. You speak whatever. He didn't say that. He said, you speak whatever you think, like a little kid. Well, what does it say in the Bible? If you do not come to Father as a little child, Brother Chris, I know you feel the same way, you will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. What does he mean? It doesn't mean we're dumb. It doesn't mean we're idiots, like that guy was treating me like I'm 5 years old. It means that we're pure hearts. Little children don't think these thoughts. Like when they poisoned and killed my dog, it never occurred to me it was my neighbors purposely killing him until the Lord showed me. And then the vet told me, yeah, it was rat poison. And then I found how they did it when they pushed it through the door. By the grace of God, by the mercy of the Most High God, my other dog, Beignet, did not eat it. She was alive then, y'all. I had her too. She's still alive, but I had her back then. They got only one of the two dogs, and that dog, Chewy, I believe he's got his little crown in heaven already. I've seen him up there several times, and through dreams and a couple of visions. And I think it was the Lord, because this is right when I woke up. It happened. I woke up in 2012. They killed him 1/2/3 of 2013. Well, what is that? 1/23? 1/2/3 is what witches will say a lot of times when they're doing. Why do you think they circle around 3 times? They do witchcraft, and they'll do it in threes. And it's also to mock the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Whatever they do, Satan's minions, the village idiots do, it's in mockery of God, of what our Father does. So because there's three, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, they do their threes in witchcraft and other things too. But I believe that when that happened, the Lord allowed that to happen so that I would wake up even more to how evil the world really is, because I didn't think that way. And when people have told me, oh my gosh, they did that to you, I would do this to get back at them. Or they'd accuse me, oh, I thought you were going to do this, that's why I did that. I'm like, not even crossed my mind. Why would you say that? And then come to find out later, they're talking about doing it to someone else. Like this one lady, I won't get into all of it, but she's talking about keying someone's car. And she had accused me of, she didn't accuse me of doing it, but she thought I might do it. I'm like, why would I do that? Not only is that ridiculous and childish, I don't think like that. That doesn't help me any. That harms me. That puts me on a lower level. Never crossed my mind what these creatures would tell me to do because somebody had hurt me. But that's how they think. So when Father allowed Chewy to die, no, Father did not kill my dog. The enemy did, but it helped me to grow. It helped me to learn, and he allowed me to keep my other dog. She was picky, and she didn't eat the food laced with rat poison. I can't talk. That my neighbor, satanic freaks in New Orleans, stuck under my door while I was gone. So, speaking of that, let me check on her. Okay, she's still breathing. My dog is so little, and when she breathes, you can barely see her breathe. You have to like look, see if she's still breathing. Anyway, thank you all so much for praying for my dog Beignet too. She is the tiniest target. Tiniest target, I say. All right, now what was I talking about? Oh, my friend, the pianist, he made up a song after he said, once I moved in and they started all this construction, and every single day, even Saturday and Sunday, one neighbor would do a leaf blower, then they would leave, and then the next person on the next side, all four sides literally, our enemies encamp around us, right? The next person would pick up hammering and sawing, and then the next person would drill, and then the next person would start sweeping and slamming trash cans. And this would go on all day, every day. And it started when I moved in. And this guy actually noticed it, and that's why I thought, well, this is a good person. Because they normally act like they play dumb. We never get confirmation. They act like they didn't hear it, or they don't know what you're talking about. They won't acknowledge what's going on, right? So that's why I'm asking y'all to pray for him, because I believe why he's doing what he's doing is because he lives in fear, because in the back of his mind, in his heart, which is kind, I've seen this guy's heart, all right? He knows he's doing wrong and he's sinning against the Most High God. Like habitually, living like that. So pray for him, y'all. Hopefully the Lord allowed him to get 2 placebos, but the fact he keeps talking about, I better be drinking, am I drinking? If I come to visit, there's not going to be a day we don't drink, sending me pictures of bars and my favorite drinks and all that, it doesn't sound good. Like, it sounds like the Lord gave him one chance and the second one, yeah. But the song that he made up was, they'll be hammering and drilling and sawing and burning. They're building a city over me. That's all that he wrote, but that he was going to make like a whole song for me about that. Isn't that hilarious? I got a song for y'all if y'all are new to this channel. I think I sang it maybe twice before. I got this song back in Lord, well, I thought of it, but it's through the Holy Spirit because he gives us our creativity, right? So it's actually through Father I got this song. So when I was still living in that place where they broke in, they stole all my photo albums, they broke and destroyed every bit of antiques I had. They spray painted the light bulbs black, they spray painted the windows red, they put Mardi Gras, this is in New Orleans, they put Mardi Gras beads in the toilet, overflowed the toilet, they spray painted voodoo symbols on the walls, the doors, the bedspread, the rug. They broke all my, back then I still had statues of angels. I know we're not to have idols, I don't have them anymore. This was in 2012 is when this happened, right when I woke up. It's like the Lord allowed these things to let me, like, wake me up even quicker, right? Okay, this is going on. You got to wake up and get out of here, daughter. But they took all my angel statues, which I collected, and they broke all the heads off of them and spray painted the heads red. All this happened when I called the cops. I called the cops. You know what they did? They told me that it was my fault that this didn't look like a regular scene. Yeah, it doesn't look like a regular scene. I agree. It looked like a murder scene without a body, right? It was awful, y'all. Everything was ruined. I had this gypsy painting that meant a lot to me. They ripped I won't even go into the story about that gypsy painting, but they took a knife and they ripped a hole in it right by her face and left the knife in it. I mean, it was horrible. They left voodoo symbols, which I'm aware of because I lived in New Orleans right by a voodoo shop and was being attacked by a lot of voodooers and witches and Satanists. They left 4 apples, which are symbolic, like trying to curse me, and just a lot of other stuff. The cops told me that it was my fault. Yeah, they didn't even do anything. They said it was my fault. It didn't look like a regular kind of break-in, and that I must have either left the door unlocked or given someone who was mad at me the key. Number one, both were false. I always make sure to lock my door because even though I wasn't completely awake before then, I had been waking up since 2008, realizing this is way more than just someone having bad luck. No one can have this much bad luck. This crap goes everywhere, in every city, in every state, my entire life since I can remember. What is going on here? And I was seeking truth. So I always kept my door locked. And I never trusted anyone with a key, nor did I give anyone the key. But just say, even if I would have done either, does that give someone a right to come in, break all your antiques, and destroy every piece of property you have and steal? Why would someone steal someone's photo albums? And I still can't get pictures from my one family member. I asked again last night, can you email me just a few? Still nothing. Yeah. You know why? Because they don't want to remember it. They want us to like vanish off the earth, like to have no memory that we were ever here. But they also, the Lord showed me, they also took photo albums to hurt me because it's the one thing you can't replace. And they can do like voodoo spells and things on it. But he protects us, right? But all this goes back. So long story short. So just say you give someone a key to your house and you walk in and you've been vandalized or stolen from. So the cops aren't going to help you, huh? Does that make sense? No. But this is what they've done my whole life to me. So I've warned y'all before, they're a huge part of it. Huge. I'm still being stalked by them every day. On foot, they follow me in their cars, driving by, giving me dirty looks. Like trying to intimidate or whatever. I don't know. So I'm sorry I got off track. When I start talking about that, it puts me in a bad mood. So let's focus back on the Lord. I apologize, y'all. This is going to be a long video because I feel like I need to get all this out. While my tooth is not pulsing as bad, it still hurts, but it's not as bad. Okay, here's something that positive the Lord told me last night. So this is really weird, y'all. I got a picture of it. I've told y'all before that hold on. That I think when we were kids, because I have no memory of before I was about, I don't know, 7 or 8, which is not normal because I remember everything after. But I'm thinking, did they put like implants to track us? Some of us, I know this sounds out there, okay? This is just what I'm thinking. In our teeth, and that's why I always had to go to the dentist, but yet my teeth are falling out. I don't understand. And this has been since a long time ago, not just recently. Why I was always having to go to the dentist. Just weird. So, I don't know. I guess it was like 3 years ago. My hand started pulsing right here. This left hand right here. And I told some of y'all about it. Well, I came online, but then I told y'all some about it on the phone. Right here. And it would just pulse for no reason. And I felt like the Lord was deactivating something that was in this hand. Now, it started on this hand. Look at this, y'all. I got it on video last night. Oh, sorry, I didn't play it. Let me see. I got it moving, and it looks like a round little thing, kind of like a magnet. Hold on. They've just...
For tonight, August 21st, 2021.
Okay, just a minute. Just watch it for a second. I want y'all to see if y'all have any of these things. It's in the same spot as the other hand. That's why I found it weird. It's not just, you know how you get a twitch in your eye or something like that?
There.
Right oh, there. Man, look how they mess with it. It goes off as soon. All right. I'm sorry. Bear with me. Wow, as soon as I said that, it went off. Okay.
Yeah, I was doing it a minute ago. Today is full moon. For tonight. August 21st, 2021.
Trying to make sure it doesn't go off. Okay, just watch the side of my hand.
There, right there. See it moving, y'all? I'm not moving my hand at all.
Did y'all see that? It's like a pulse. It starts pulsing right here, but what's weird about it, you can even kind of see something. Do you see this? And I don't know if y'all can see this. It looks like a magnet or something round in there. And it's right in the same spot that the other one started doing it several years ago. And I felt that the Lord was showing me He's deactivating whatever they put in us that they've been tracking us with. But that's only part of it, because a lot of it is spiritual and demonic. Tell me if y'all get anything like that, and especially if it's in the same place, please let me know. This is really weird. Anyway, it could just be twitches, but it's just weird that it's in the exact same spot as the other hand, and it had the same shape. All right, I'm just talking. They'll probably get this video and go, see how insane she is? She thinks she has implants. Well, maybe. Who knows? My dad was NASA. Why don't I remember anything? Wow. It started doing it. As I'm talking about, it's like the Lord is wanting me to get this on video. Okay. That's really weird. It went away when I raised my hand up. My dad was NASA, you know? Why don't I remember anything before I was about 7 or 8? Why are they always trying to say trigger words? One of the trigger words, I'm not going to say it in case it's one of y'all's, but I believe it was also Marilyn Monroe, was also MK. is it starts with an A is the first word and a B. And when you do abbreviations of it, they say HB, right? They do that to me, those words all the time. They also try to trigger me with drinks, the name of the drink, which my, whose wife, when I was homeless and I was telling her that I was sleeping outside, how are they doing? And she said, oh, we're great. We're in our new pool sipping Ritas, we'll just say, in case that's one of your trigger words. They use these same, if you keep hearing the same words over and over, be aware. That could be a trigger word for you. And some of us may have been MK Ultra. I don't know. The truth is coming out. All right, so let's get to the end and wrap it up now. It's been an hour and a half. Okay, so I'm going to read the dream. Wow. What is this? Oh, it's just all right, I'm going to read the dream that I had this morning. And I woke up and my tooth was hurting. Okay, I had a dream that there was a witch that was cursing me. She had short, dark, black hair. I know who you are, by the way. I know your face. She was cursing me, and I told her she better repent. Do you know who my father is? Meaning the Most High God. And she turned and left, and she couldn't understand why she couldn't curse me. That's the power of the one true God. Then I remember I was looking at houses and apartments, of course, because that's all I ever do, trying to find the next place to live. And I was going to get one of these apartments, and I realized that someone had stole my bike that was on, which was blue. It was a electric blue bike, which was funny because the last vehicle I had was electric blue. Anyway, and this black dude comes by, and he said, "They stole your bikes," and he seemed like genuine, like he was speaking truth. And he said, "They stole your bike. Someone stole my bike too." All right, then this is the weird part, y'all. This is huge, symbolic. A long time ago, I was engaged to a guy named Lot. I'm not even kidding. When I was in my 20s, I mean, every guy that I've ever been serious with, and then the three, yes, I'm the runaway bride. I've had 3 engagements. The 3 that I was engaged to, all my serious boyfriends have had biblical names, every single one of them. But like Stephen is not too weird of a name, or Matthew, which was the last one, that's not, a strange name. You hear that. How many of y'all ever known somebody named Lot? Yeah. That was my boyfriend for 2.5 years. His name was Lot. I was engaged to him. He's in the dream. I haven't thought about this guy. He looked like Val Kilmer back in the day. Now Val looks nothing like he used to, but back in the day. And his name is Lot Hall. If y'all don't believe me, y'all can look him up. My stories are all true. He played football for K-State, Kansas State. And he was a few years older than me. And I met him down at a gym. I was working out at a gym down by the river, by Surfside Beach, out in Lake Jackson, Texas. That's where I met him, at the gym. And anyway, his name was Lot Hall, and he was very nice, but I hadn't thought about him. I think he crossed my mind last year for some reason, and then maybe once every 4 or 5 years, he doesn't come to my mind. I don't think I've ever had a dream about him, even when I was with him. Or maybe I did, and it just wasn't, anything important that struck me as important. The fact that he's in this dream, I know symbolizes Lot out of the Bible. So here's what I dreamt. All right, so I'm looking at these apartments and houses, and I'm going to get this one apartment or condo. I can't remember what it was. And Lot appeared, my ex-boyfriend. That's what it was. I realized I was fixing to leave, And then I was, going to get the one apartment and go get my bags of clothes, my belongings, my whole 2 bags of clothes that I own. And I realized someone had stole my blue bike, electric blue bike. And then this black guy that was a good guy, I think, came and he said someone stole his bike too. Then Lot, my ex-boyfriend Lot, appeared. And I had another bike. I don't know if he brought the bike to me or I noticed there was another bike. But I knew there was another bike and it was for me. And I had a bag of clothes that I was gathering up to leave on the bike. I'm reading it. Okay, the bag of clothes spilt all over the ground by the steps of the apartment that I was going to rent. And I heard the lady who owned the apartment talking on the phone. And I was worried she was going to come out and see me, Hobo Joe, Gypsy Lena, see the hobo outside with his clothes and not want to rent to me, thinking I'm homeless, right? And so I was hurrying to pick him up, and then I was going to leave on the other bike after the first bike had been stolen. And I noticed the clothes were wet, like they got wet, like it had rained outside, but I stuffed them in my backpack. I noticed also that there was a candle like those witches use on altars. It was gold, I remember that. And that was out there. It was either in my bag or it was out with the spilt clothes, like the woman had it out there doing witchcraft on me. And let's see what else. All right, so right then I was heading back to where the other bike was that I knew was for me too. And this man comes out. I am aware that he is a spy from Russia, okay? He spoke Russian, like with a Russian accent, but I could understand him. He was really big, like at least 6'5", maybe bigger. He had on a really nice dark suit with a tie and sunglasses on. So I couldn't really see his face. And he looked mad, and I felt like he thought I was stealing the clothes because I was like scrambling, but they were mine. And he asked where the owner of the house was, speaking in a Russian accent. And I told him she was in the apartment next door. And then I turned to go get my bike because I knew I needed to leave right then. And I saw it was gone. The second bike was gone. And I thought Lot took it, my ex-boyfriend. Immediately I thought, don't turn back for your stuff like Lot's wife. Wow. I wrote wow, sorry. I'm reading. Wow. Where is it? That's funny. I wrote wow right here. I haven't reread this. This is when I first wake up from dreams. I just scribble it. That's why it looks like that, because I'm still half asleep. That's how I remember them a lot, right when I wake up. So I wrote, immediately after I thought Lot took it, I remembered, don't turn back from your stuff like Lot's wife. And then I thought, wow. Then the lady who's the owner of the apartment came out and saw me picking up my wet clothes and I knew I wasn't going to be allowed to rent there. Okay. So basically what I feel it means is we don't go back for our belongings. If you're on the rooftop, do not, my hand just did it again. Do not go back for your clothes. Remember how it says that with Lot's wife? Well, wait till you hear this. I promise y'all, I don't have to say this. It's like no one ever acted like they believed me my whole life. So it's like I got to go and explain these long stories where most people, 99% of the regular people out there, if you're targeted, you know what I'm talking about. If you're chosen, you know what I'm talking about. All they have to do is answer yes or no. Oh, we're going here. Not us. We have to give all these long answers and explanations. Why, right? So that's why I think I ramble on a lot explaining everything. I don't know why I was saying that. Something was reminding me of that. I guess my explanation. I'm making this so long. I'm sorry. If y'all want, you can just stop it and go back and continue listening. Or here's a suggestion. There's a thing down in the settings that looks like a wheel, a chariot of fire wheel. You can actually click on that and speed the sound up. Like instead of 1.0, you can go 1.50, which is about, that'll wrap it up a little bit quicker. All right. So I don't know what I was saying. I'm sorry, I forgot. I opened to Luke 17:32, and I'm not even kidding. Remember Lot's wife. Do not look back. Hello. Can you be more obvious than what the Lord is saying? And then after that, it was Luke 17:26 through 28. I'm not going to read all of it. But as it was in the days of Noah, and in this Bible, it actually says no. N-O-E, which I find funny because in the Matrix, Keanu, the main guy, right, which was stuck in the Matrix, was Neo. If you spell no, you switch the O and the E, it spells Neo. I find that weird. But it says in my Bible now, I don't know if this is a Mandela effect. It's bizarre. As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be at the coming of the Son of Man. They will be eating and drinking when Noah enters the ark. I believe it shows that we're going home. Luke 17:29. The same day Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone. Fire in the hole. The Lord keeps saying, showing me fire, fervent heat. So that's about to go on. Okay, so with the bicycle, and then even the dream I had a few weeks ago, and that's not too weird of me dreaming of a bicycle because that's usually how I get around. If I have a bike, if they haven't stole it or I don't have to leave it behind or they don't disable it, I'll get around by either bike or by walking. But the fact that I don't dream of bicycles very often, but I dreamt of the bicycle and I've got the Red Cross, but I'm working for the Lord, saving people when the giants are eating people, and I've got the Red Cross band around my right arm. I'm riding a bicycle. But this time, I've got two bicycles that are stolen. One was blue, like an electric blue, and I wish I could remember what the other one is. I can't remember the color of the other one. But bicycle means assistance along the road of life. It relates to psychological and emotional balance, trying to fix a certain problem by yourself. And the Lord said, you're trying to figure this out like with my family member and what they're doing, and then I'm getting more negative things. Not from all of y'all. Most of y'all gave me great advice, but a couple of y'all emailed me and a couple of y'all gave me left messages of things that they might be doing or that actually I hadn't even thought of that could even be worse. And I'm like, I went to bed kind of upset. I had an upset stomach, and I believe this is the Lord telling me, I'm trying to fix this myself. Let go and let Him, let God, right? It means I'm trying to use a backup plan. So He's taking that away, meaning taking the bike away. The fact that Lot was the one there, and I go back before I was going to leave to get the bike, means we're not to go back. I mean, hello. That's just so easy. You don't need, you know what I mean, a big revelation for that. Okay, it also means rider must be ready to pedal as much as possible to get to a destination. Bikes are used for recreation and traveling a short distance. So could this possibly be moving a short distance? I don't know. It could just be for me. It could be helping y'all as well. Also, this is huge because I know this was for me. Feeling being taken advantage of, feeling undervalued, someone not respecting your property or dignity. That was like huge for me. Okay, then I was led to Haggai 2:22. And what did we just see? That's why I said this goes with it. The time was 12:02, and today's the 22nd. And the place when I left New Orleans the last time, where I keep leaving and coming back, So this would have been like a couple months ago. My room, when they turned out the power only on that one little block, it might have even just been that building and the street light in front, because the next street over had lights. Right after I get in there, the room I'm in was 222. Haggai 2:22. And I will overthrow the throne of the kingdoms, and I will destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the heathen, and I will overthrow the chariots and those that ride in them, and the horses and their riders shall come down, every one by the sword of his own brother. Hello. Yeah. So that was huge. Then Ecclesiastes, I can't say it. Excelsis, you know what I'm saying. Ecclesiates 10:7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. That's us. That's what the Lord says. We're the least. We're the least of those. Those that are last shall now be first. Those that are first shall now be last. The Lord is plucking up the wicked. He is removing wicked rulers, and he's putting his elect in their place. He's been showing me this since last year. So a lot of us are walking, or some are biking, or some are driving around junkers, right? While the rich are driving their Mercedes and their Beamers and all that, but they've sold their soul. Those are the kings of the earth. We're the kings and queens of heaven. It's amazing. Then I was led to, I'm starting to hurt again, y'all, so I'm going to have to wrap it up. Plus, I've been talking 2 hours. Ezekiel 45:8. The rest of the land they shall give to the house of Israel. Ezekiel 45:10. Ye shall have a just balance. Ezekiel 45:17. In the new moons, which is coming, we're in a full moon right now. Then we go to the next phase, which is the new moon. Then, this is amazing, again with Lot. Ezekiel 45:1. When ye shall divide by lot the land for inheritance, and what are we talking about? What was I asking y'all for help for? My inheritance, right? Wow, I said. Ezekiel 45:41, I think, or 45:4, I'm sorry. The holy portion of the land shall be for the priests and ministers. Okay, and then right after I wrote that, I was going to come on, and I was guided to look out because it was about to rain. That's when I opened the door. Right after I wrote that, the holy portion of the land shall be for the priests and ministers. When ye shall divide by lot the land for inheritance. I believe that the dividing of the U.S. is also going to symbolize us going up. When that happens, the crack opens, the 1111, the gateway to go up, the two doves landing on top of each other. It's all coming full circle, and then we're out of here. Okay, and then the fact that that song I just was led to remember when I was talking about Techno Days, Club 6400, NRG. Pure Energy is the name of the song. I'm going to have to look it up. But it might not be the name of the song, but it's like dun 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 dun, dun. Pure Energy. Yeah, that's real helpful. But it was like a techno song, and I believe that that's part of it. That when we become completely pure light beings, energy, remember the first one if by land, two if by sea, but we don't get a one if by land light. We get a one if by land, or 2 if by land, 3 if by sea. So the one light is missing. That's when we go up. We are the light. Once we're off the planet Janet, all His is really going to break loose more than ever. We have our glorified bodies, and then we come back down, and then that's when we do search and rescue. So I'm so sorry I talk so much. I love y'all. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much for all your amazing anointed messages that y'all give me. Y'all encourage me. Y'all keep me going. If I feel better later, I'm not promising. I may try to have a live, but once my pain in my tooth goes away, I really wanted to do it this weekend. So I'm praying that maybe it'll go away later once I stop talking, if I can actually manage that. I'd like to do it live, and y'all just tell me some things that are going on with y'all. It's not going to be the same as other people where I'm just sitting there talking. I want to hear what's going on with anybody that's being highly targeted that is a believer in Christ. And if you're not a believer in Christ, but you're also highly targeted, maybe come on and just talk about, what's going on with you and why are you not believing in Jesus? Because even if you're not targeted, but especially it's more important if you are being targeted, which is a persecution. That's what it is. But it's also because we're anointed, we're chosen by the Lord. You have to know Jesus. It's crucial. He is our only hope, and He rescues us and protects us during all these battles that are coming one after another. I mean, I'm getting the left-right punch. Boom, 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 sucker punch, but no sucker punch for you. No soup for you. So I'm hoping that I can do that later today or tonight, and I'll try to give a little bit of a heads up to let y'all know. But I'd like to do it at least sometime in the next couple of days and have y'all just come on and say, what is going on? What are you feeling? What are you being led? What do you see going on with you? Okay? And we'll have it just like as if you're just hanging out with your friend, because y'all are my true friends and family, and talking about in today's things that are going on and things that you notice in your targeting and how you're overcoming the lessons that Father's shown you. And also we want to talk about the blessings He's doing. He's been blessing me, y'all. Yes, I'm technically homeless. I don't own anything. I don't have a lease, but I have a roof over my head, as you can see. This place is beautiful. I've never had a place. It's little, okay? It's a little efficiency, but I have a little yard. Whoop-de-doo, there's no grass, y'all are probably saying. That little piece of, all it is a few plants out there and a little chair, but I can sit outside. Do you know how huge that is for me? Huge. Also, I have a stove. I can cook. Father is blessing me, y'all, and He's blessing all of us, and He continues to do so if we have faith. So I'm believing that my brother's going to do the right thing, and I'm believing that he's saved or is going to get saved, and so is his whole family. And I'm believing that Father is already worked on his daughter, who emailed me yesterday, and I sent her the song that I want y'all to start playing. Also, let me talk about that real quick and make it right at, how long have I been talking? Oh my gosh, I'll make it right under 2 hours. If y'all would like a CD that I feel Father is telling me to give to y'all, email me, okay? And I want to send y'all each a CD as a thank you for being a regulator on the front lines of Jesus Christ. Okay? So everybody pray for each other in this final hour. Pray that Father's will be done. Pray that we have faith to continue the good fight. And pray for a lot of us need healing spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. But again, I may be homeless as in I don't own anything and I don't have a lease, but I always have a roof over my head, which I find huge. And He always protects me and guides me to the next place. So why would He stop now? Whatever they're planning, I believe that the enemy's plans will fail. And those that are plotting against all of us, they will instead fall into the pit that they have dug for us. In Jesus Christ's mighty name. And some of them will wake up and be saved. Remember Joseph? Remember all his brothers, not just one, all his brothers turned him in? And he was in prison? What happened while he was in prison? He was elevated. He was elevated to I don't know, some high up in in the king's courts. I can't remember the whole, like, his technical name, but that's us. We're God's elect. We're going to be anointed crowns. We're about to go home, y'all. I love y'all. I'm out.